So this is to go with SOP 4203, document control. These are just some little, key points that are not actually on that procedure, that are, pretty important when you're making a work instruction or updating a work instruction or an SOP. So you just want to make sure that all of the numbers here, are actually like linked together, so they show a little gray, and you have to make sure you go through the whole thing and just make sure that all of them are actually like linked together. So you have to make sure you come all the way to the end. So this one isn't linked together all the way to the end. It just looks like these two are linked together. So we're actually gonna have to go back, and it's kind of hard when especially when it's long, because you kind of have to retype it all over again. You can try to play with it and see if you can fix it yourself, but for the most part, sometimes it just completely messes up the numbering. So unfortunately, you just have to restart. And you gotta make sure you do it for all of the numbering, not just these ones, okay? And then make sure that you're only using a maximum of 3 digits. Like we talked about before, if it's more than 3, you wanna just go ahead and change it to any like bullet point that you wanna use. And if it like, you know how you press enter again and tab and it goes over, you can go ahead and use a different bubble or bullet point for that. Let's see, another thing that's not on that procedure as well is when you're writing a new procedure or updating a procedure, and it's not like for QA, because when it's for QA, Ryan always has to review it, right? But when it's for a different department, like let's say material control, you want to make sure you send it to that manager of the department first. And you have them review that procedure, make sure everything is good, or maybe you missed something, she might tell you to add some stuff. You just want to send it to the manager of the department that you're doing that procedure for approval from them first, and then after you send it to Ryan for approval. And then once it's approved, you also have to let the affected personnel know. So if it's just the one manager, like for material control, it's just Yoli, then you're done, but if it's like there's some other people in that department, so let's say that I updated a procedure for material control, and I know that Yolanda already reviewed it, but I already know Leslie's in that department too, so it affects her as well. So then I have to let her know, hey, this is what changed, or this is a procedure, and you can do like some quick training, or just like let her know, really brief about those changes that were made. And then another thing too, Ryan had me put some of the work instructions in the binders for each department. This one right here is the one for QA department. There's 2 for QA. There's one that one of you is gonna keep at your desk with you, and then there's gonna be another one at counting parts. The one at counting parts just has the procedures for counting parts in there, but it's part of quality assurance, so I put them over there. So whenever you print them, you have the table of contents here. I just went ahead and I used the one that was on the index list. Sorry, not the index, on the list. I copied and I printed onto a new Excel. So you can go ahead and like put the date printed, the document number, the title of that document, and the revision. You'll have to change this each time that you print a new one. The table of contents doesn't really have to be in color, but the rest of the documents, like the work instructions, do have to be in color. I think and that's it for that one.